Why quitting bad habits feels impossible. Your brain, the shady dealer. You know the drill. You tell yourself you're done. No more late-night junk food. No more doom scrolling until your eyeballs dry out. No more, just one more drink. But 24 hours later, you're back in the same alley, brain handing you the same product, whispering, "First one's free, buddy." That's the ugly truth. Your brain doesn't see bad habits as problems. It sees them as discount dopamine dealers. Every cigarette, every scroll, every cookie is basically a free sample. And like any dealer, your brain doesn't want you to quit. It wants you hooked. Here's the scam. Quitting isn't just about willpower. It's about fighting an internal cartel that's running your dopamine economy. And this cartel? It's efficient, ruthless, and has been training since the Stone Age. Punchline: you're not weak for struggling. You're just outnumbered in your own head. Chapter 1. The Dopamine Credit Card. Bad habits feel impossible to quit because they run on instant dopamine. Your brain is basically a spoiled toddler demanding candy now. When you give in, smoke, scroll, snack, you swipe the dopamine credit card. Quick relief, no questions asked. But here's the trap. Dopamine hates delayed gratification. That run you should take? The book you should read? They pay out later, and your neurons don't do layaway. Your brain wants fireworks, not return on investment. That's why good habits feel like eating plain broccoli, while bad habits feel like deep-fried Oreos dipped in Red Bull. You're wired to pick the short-term hit, even if it wrecks you long-term. Punchline: your bad habit isn't just a craving. It's credit card debt with interest rates that would make a loan shark blush. Chapter 2. Withdrawal. The Brain Tantrum. Ever try quitting cold turkey? Suddenly your brain transforms into a toddler on an airplane. Screaming, sweaty, inconsolable. It's not that the world is ending. It's that the dopamine spigot has been turned off, and your neurons are rioting. That jittery restlessness? That "I can't focus on anything" itch? That's your brain holding a protest. Bring back the dopamine, or we burn the place down. Withdrawal isn't weakness. It's literally your nervous system throwing a tantrum because its favorite toy got confiscated. This is why relapses happen. Not because you don't care enough, but because your brain convinces you that one hit, one scroll, one smoke, one cookie will shut the toddler up. And for about 5 minutes, it does. Punchline: withdrawal isn't failure. It's your brain throwing Molotov cocktails until you bribe it with dopamine again. Chapter 3. The Identity Trap. Here's the part no one tells you. Habits aren't just actions. They're identities in disguise. Smokers don't just smoke. They are smokers. Scrollers don't just scroll. They're the kind of person who's always online. Once a habit fuses with identity, quitting feels like self-murder. That's why change is terrifying. When you try to quit, your brain whispers, "But who are you without this?" And suddenly, you're not just giving up a bad habit. You're giving up a piece of yourself, even if that piece is rotting you from the inside. The hack? Stop trying to quit. Start rewriting. You're not a smoker trying to quit. You're a healthy person who occasionally screws up. That subtle shift makes relapse a detour, not a death sentence. Punchline: habits cling like tattoos. You don't erase them, you overwrite them with better ink. Chapter 4. The environment is rigged. Here's the conspiracy. It's not just you. The entire environment is booby-trapped to keep you in your habits. Social media apps are designed like slot machines. Junk food packaging screams louder than vegetables ever could. Bars, vape shops, casinos, they're literally Disneyland for dopamine addicts. Your brain alone can't fight a billion-dollar industry engineered to hijack it. Every notification ping is a casino bell. Every limited edition cookie is psychological warfare. And you, my friend, are armed with vibes. This is why quitting feels impossible. You're not fighting willpower, you're fighting architecture. The system is set up to keep you scrolling, snacking, sipping. Punchline: your lack of discipline isn't the problem. The battlefield is rigged against you. Chapter 5. The Relapse Loop. So you cave, you relapse, and instantly, the shame Olympics begin. Why am I like this? Why can't I stop? Am I broken? But here's the kicker. Shame doesn't kill bad habits, it feeds them. Shame makes you crave comfort. And what's your comfort? The very habit you're trying to quit. It's a vicious cycle. Crave, cave, shame, crave harder. Your brain runs this loop like a Netflix series on autoplay. And unless you break it, you're stuck binge-watching your own downfall. The escape hatch isn't perfection. It's interruption. One skip trigger, one smaller slip, one "I'll screw up less today than yesterday." That's progress. That's how you starve the loop until it dies. Punchline: you don't need to quit perfectly. You just need to stop letting shame be your dealer's wingman. OUTRO, outsmart the cartel. So why does quitting bad habits feel impossible? Because you're not fighting laziness. You're fighting a cartel. Dopamine credit cards, toddler tantrums, identity traps, billion-dollar environments, and shame loops. But here's the good news. Cartels can be outsmarted. You don't need superhuman willpower. You need better scams. Trick your neurons. Rewrite your identity. Rebuild your environment so the default choice is the better one. And when you relapse, shrug, reset, move again. Your brain isn't weak, it's addicted. The drug is easy dopamine. But addiction doesn't mean hopeless. It means you need better cheats. Subscribe to What Your Brain Hates for more dark science comedy. Because if you don't, your brain will promise to quit later. And later, as we know, is the biggest scam of all.